Hello, welcome to Cinephile's Entertainment. I'm a Cinephile critic, and today I'll be reviewing this movie. Your enemies dress us up like deers, but they kill like lion. We just have to do it better. American Assassin. American Assassin is directed by Michael Custer and stars Dylan O'Brien as Mitch and Michael Keaton as Stan. So what you have here is you have a sort of like this is in a way a revenge plot mixed in with the CIA. So what you have is Dylan O'Brien's character Mitch, who has suffered some heartache, and because of that he wants to revenge something that has happened to him. So he infiltrates a cell, a terrorist cell, and his anger drives him to seek justice for a loved one that he lost due to terrorism. So he basically goes undercover. He decides to, equip himself, learn the Quran, go on the website, talk all this talk, and eventually he's let into the organization, and then that's really where the movie kind of takes off. I have a massive issue with this film, and the massive issue that I have with this film is from the start. So what you have in the beginning, what you have is you have the setup. If you see a perfect beginning, a perfect introduction, the character's extremely happy, it's not going to last. It's basically a plot device to show what the character was like. Something happens, and then it's a plot device to get the character from this particular part of the story to the next part of the story. So he's on the beach, he's with his girlfriend, something happens, terrorism comes on the beach, and terrorist comes on the beach and starts shooting the beach, and he ends up losing her. This angers him, and he spends the rest of his time up until he meets Stan, which is Michael Keaton's character, in trying to seek revenge. So my biggest issue with this story is actually the beginning. So he's on the beach, he then, after, he does this really lovely gesture, he goes kind of midway, he's more inland, so he's not as near the water as his girlfriend. His girlfriend is stood in the water. Then as soon as he hears the shots, he's like, oh my god, my girlfriend. So he tries to run to see his girlfriend, he gets shot, and he's still trying to run to see his girlfriend. Then they come to the point of the beach. His girlfriend hasn't moved. She's still in the similar place where she was when he left him. Despite gunshots, people screaming, and people running, and people dying, she still ends up being in the same spot. And, time has gone by. I'm not saying that, like 10 minutes, 20 minutes have gone by, but a few seconds have gone by where if you were in that situation, you hear these gunshots, you hear people screaming and running, and you see it, you'll be running as well. But obviously, no. She's in the water, but, kind of ankle level bit in the water. And she's like screaming out for her boyfriend, Mitch, Mitch, Mitch. And then obviously a terrorist comes, sees her, and shoots her. And then he gets shot again. I know that this is fiction, but something like this happened in Turkey, and I think 30 or 31 British people died. When you hear the recounts of that story, the way how the film sort of plays it out, even though I know this is fiction, it really kind of angered me because there's no heroes in those situations. And the fact that she never moved, she never ran, she was screaming at Mitch, and I think the reason why they did it is that the filmmakers wanted him to see her die, or have that anger. But I think it could have had the same type of anger and the same type of result, but done more respectfully. So I feel that one of the ways they could have helped their plight in this film is by, when he gets shot the first time, he goes in and out of consciousness, and then he wakes up in hospital and he's like, no, I need to, and then he comes to himself, realizes that his girlfriend's nowhere near him, and he's like, oh, my girlfriend, whatever. Then he tries to find his girlfriend, and then like a day later, because it's very easy to do a day later, as he's looking at the TV and he's watching the news, then there's a picture of his girlfriend that comes up, and saying that this was this was one amongst the dead. Let's make no qualms about it. If I was blowing up a building, you know, because showcasing terrorism, and the building happened to look like the World Trade Center, and I did it in a matter-of-fact way, people will have something to say. So I thought that they did this in a matter-of-fact way, and I have something to say. And I just thought the way how they handled it, it was, me personally, it was distasteful. So once I saw that, I wasn't really feeling the movie. And then as the movie got on, I really wasn't feeling the movie. I'm not saying there's not enjoyment to be having in this film, because there is. I think the cheesiness of this film and some of the corniness kind of makes it fun in some ways, but then also doesn't make it fun in other ways. This is the type of suspended belief you're going to have in order to enjoy this film. You're going to have to believe that the CIA organization that has billions, potentially billions of dollars at its disposal, has loads of satellite, has technology that we don't even know about, and some technology that we do know about, have molds and diplomat in every country, can offer people immunities and certain other things in order for their cooperation, cannot infiltrate a cell, but a guy with anger and revenge issue is able to infiltrate the cell within a year or two. I would say that the direction of this film is not great, and also the screenplay of this film is not great. Now, one of the best things in this film is Michael Keaton. When you have a master at work, the master just shows up and he does what he does. He grounds the film a lot more. There's a more natural element to him. The way how he plays his character is beautifully. And if you're going to see this film, you will see it because of Michael Keaton. I feel that his performance in this film is actually worth me watching this film, because it was based on the main character alone. I personally wouldn't, but Michael Keaton in this film is fantastic. He just draws you in. Every time he's on screen, you want more of him. When he's not on screen, you want, where is Michael Keaton? Because I just feel that he gets it. He gets his character. He understands what his character will do, and so his character does it in that situation. And that's why I like Michael Keaton's character, because he brings that grounded reality that this film is so desperately missing. Now, I would say that action is enjoyable, and there is, especially towards the third act, there is, you know, a really cool, you know, situation that happens. I do feel that this film, if you like action movie, I think you will like it, but the only character that you're really going to gravitate to is Michael Keaton, because he is the best thing in this movie. Other than that, you're not really going to care about the main character. I think the way how they wrote him, the way how he's portrayed, and I don't necessarily think it's Dylan's fault. I don't think it's Dylan O'Brien's fault. I think it's just the way how, you know, he was working with this script, and this, you know, this is how they envisioned the character, and he played it to the best of ability, because he's a good actor. I wouldn't, you know, diss his acting. His acting is, you know, is decent. You know, he sells the douchebagness of this character. But the way how he's written, the character's written, it just has so many flaws when you actually start filming and pulling it into the film world and context. So that's why I'm going to give this film a feeling blue. I feel that, you know, the only thing that is salvageable in this film is Michael Keaton. I think he's the best. I do think that people should see this film, but not in theaters. You know, wait till it comes out on Netflix or Amazon Prime, or if you've got cable or Sky. That is my review. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please subscribe. If you're feeling, girl, I don't know yet. Let me just hold off. Let me just wait. See what you're like. Let me see more. Hopefully I'll see you soon. And until next time, keep safe. Bye.